Welcome to
To
the
the
Salt
salt
Grinder.
grinder. Fellow humans, fellow mortals,
Respect.
ease.
Suggestion.
C. Wait, yes. What am I doing? Wait, why did I turn into a Hispanic alien in the middle of that? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and all genders in between, welcome to this week's edition of the Salt Grinder and of Ted Cruz cosplay, voice edition.
Yes. This should be a thing. I'm going to promote it right now. This should be a thing. We want Ted Cruz cosplayers to Naruto run across Area 51. All right?
Yes.
All right, everybody?
Yes,
Let's
we
get
do.
that happen. That's a milestone, 2020.
Okay, yeah. I'm kind of with all the stuff going on with Trump right now, I'm kind of ready for Ted Cruz, honestly. I feel like he would be a new chapter, a very interesting addition to the drama that is the US political system. Therefore, Ted Cruz for 2020.
Yes,
Let's
give
make it
us
happen.
steady. Give us steady. Let him run Democrat. I don't give a shit. He'll probably win it if he ran Democrat.
At this point, yes. The only thing I believe that the public has on him is that he might be the Zodiac killer. But that's like, come on. Like, we all have skeletons in our closet. Plus his daughter refused to kiss him in public, which is understandable, right? She's a teenager, all kids that age, they don't want their daddies kissing them in front of their friends. I get it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ted gets it. The real crime in that scenario was that he did not have that luscious beard that he has now. Does he still have the beard?
I am not sure. Well, I tell you one thing.
Right now, I'm looking this shit up. Need to look at his profile picture. Does Ted Cruz still have the beard? And while I'm there, might as well pay him a follow. I know that he.
Speaking of like, not political, but public displays of affection by politicians. Have you seen Joe Biden biting his wife's hand during his speech or something?
Okay, I thought that was photoshopped. That's real?
That's real. That's real.
Oh boy. I'm telling you, it's something new every single day in the new episode of America.
It was beautiful. Like I'm kinky in the bed.
Like, I'll show. Yeah, I'm about to show. Like, yeah, I feel like there was somebody in his staff that's like, all right, you need to start. You need to be more eccentric, Joe. Come on, you're kind of falling into a very boring category. You're almost falling to like Bernie level when he's not on a debate stage. When he's just out in public casually, he's a very boring person. So Joe, we need to get those numbers up. And he's like, what can I do to make Twitter talk about me? I know. Whoa. Just like, so he did it in front of, like, it was his wife giving the speech, or was he giving a speech and he just walked over? His wife just happened to be next to him and he walked over to her, grabbed her hand, and
I have no idea. I think she was giving a speech and she did this, and he was right near her. So he was like, just like one of these things. Like,
oh, then I know exactly what it was. It was him trying to be funny, and it came across.
He was trying. Yeah, he's trying to be coy, cute, but he's like what, 67 billion years old.
Yeah,
why would you do that?
There's a time and place. There's a time and place, and with Joe, it seems like nothing is the appropriate time and place. Is he even old? Yep. Like, that's probably all he can do, if we're being honest. Like, as far as kink is concerned, as far as fun in the bedroom is concerned, that's probably as far as he can go. Did his wife have any sort of like shiver or reaction to it? Like, oh, she probably hasn't felt that in years.
She was like, "That's new. That's a new one, Joe."
Okay,
You know.
Joe, just I gotta, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple.
Now, Louis, you want to check this cool feature that this platform have that I forgot to show you?
What's up? Let's get this.
Check this out.
Oh, who's that nerd?
Hassan asks us, "Can can I join?"
Way to put him on the spot, bro. Hey, you want to see something hilarious? Check this out.
Clicky. No, it's not Hassan. It's just I was waiting for somebody to comment so I can show this on screen. Now, can he join, Mr. Louis, sir?
You know how these things work. Where's a coin? I'm too lazy to find a coin, so
Flip an imaginary one in your head.
let's see. Oh, we can ask Siri.
Oh, sure. That sounds fun.
Siri, flip a coin.
Tails.
I wanted heads, but okay. 2 out of 3. Flip a coin.
Tails.
You bitch. Okay, he can join.
Okay, Hassan, I'm going to send you a link to this new platform, as you can see on the top right, StreamYard. We are now sponsored.
We're now sponsored by StreamYard. Or we may be in the future. Subscribe to Darkrai Q8. That's the important part.
Yes, he's the one who was like, I saw this on YouTube, try it. And I was like, fine. And I forgot for 3 months or something. I think 3 weeks. And then I remembered today. And I love this platform. It's smooth. Louis not lagging. He's not Louis lags anymore. It's all right. It's great.
We've come a long way, haven't we? From trillion lags to Louis lags to everyone lags to here we are. Fresh start.
Oh, here he is. Now, he showed up, but unlike some trolls in the past, they can't interfere with the stream until I click the button. There we go.
How's everyone
Hello.
doing?
Hey.
We're great.
How's everyone doing? Very good.
Hanging in there,
Very-
surviving. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good, making money, doing good at this job. I did survive Black Friday. So
that was
Yes, I was just going to ask.
That was my first question.
It was my first Black Friday, so it went pretty well. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be. It's not really crazy unless you're working at like Walmart or something. So as long as you're not working somewhere like that, you're all right.
So do people like what items do people go for?
Big TVs, which everyone returns the next day because they find out there's no room in their house for it because they just get excited during Black Friday and buy the big TV.
Oh, that's awesome!
Which is more work for me because I have to do funk checks on all the stuff that gets returned.
Dude, just wait. Next year it'll be consoles because the next gen ones are coming out next year, correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, since every console is following the Nintendo formula where they release a better version like 1 or 2 years later anyway, there's no reason to buy the first iteration of anything anymore.
That is true.
Well, the Nintendo Switch have been fair on that. It's been 2 years now, and they only released a light version.
God, do you remember the Nintendo DS? They had the normal DS, DS Lite, DS Lite XL, DSi XL. 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS.
Yep. They released a lot of DSs. I remember I only had the first one, and I had
the ugly one?
DS XL.
I had the DSi, I'm pretty sure.
You had the one before the light.
Yes, I had it, the big fat one. It stayed me a lot. Like I played that shit for 5-6 years, I think, before I updated. And some games would lag. The newer games that were made for the DSi and shit. For those specs,
I didn't even know it existed till a couple years after I had my Lite. I think Nintendo realized how ugly it was, which is why they got the DS Lite out so quick after the original one came out. But anyway, what were you guys talking about before I joined? Someone about Jeb again?
We were making fun of Jeb
should
Bush,
talk
and
about
then we
Jeb.
moved on to Joe Biden biting
Jebediah?
his wife's hand.
Jebediah.
Jebediah.
Yeah, he never gets enough rep, you know. Poor old Jeb.
Dude, we need to clap for him. That's how you summon him. You need to clap, but you need to have like this kind of like I feel sorry for you face, but I'm still smiling for you.
Oh, I know. You need to clap, and that's like an erotic symbol. Oh, God, that was.
No, you need to. No, this is the new one. You need to clap and then bite your hand. That's the Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah.
version.
Also, I thought I would point out Trillion's in a new location now.
Yes, I am. I am not in my house. I am in a chalet.
He went outside for
me
the
and
first time ever.
It's
I'm proud of you.
daytime over there.
Yes, it is. It's always been daytime. It's like 8:30 a.m. over here. I have to wake up early for these streams, man.
Do you guys ever get snow over there? Or
Oh, fuck no. I mean, we sometimes get hail if we're super lucky. And
do they
not for
cancel
our
schools
cars.
for that?
Nope. They don't cancel it over
Jeez.
super degrees, and they don't cancel that over cold degrees because
You guys
we
are-
skip a lot anyway.
We don't
So-
even. It's the only time we cancel stuff is when it's like 30 below with wind chill where I'm at.
We're California. We
Legally-
don't get that much snow either. So yeah,
People
we
will cancel school in California and Florida when it's only 60 degrees. They're pansies, man.
Basically, yeah. I remember like once I woke up and there was ice on the grass, and we got an email that morning. Can't do school today. It's too dangerous. Black ice. Kids don't complain.
I'm wondering if it has more to do with sudden change in temperature affecting people's immune systems more so than the actual temperature themselves. Because the immune system is heavily affected by the weather around you.
Well, that's why they suggest like you shouldn't go from a place that's hot or cold back and forth. Like you shouldn't go from a hot tub immediately to a pool.
Yeah.
People
I'm not
do that
even
way
saying
too
this
often.
is true. This is just me trying to justify it in my head because it sounds so stupid any other way.
But I have,
Well-
I actually have gotten sick from doing that though. Like when I was in 8th grade, I went from the jacuzzi. It was at night. Went from the jacuzzi to the pool. The pool. It was like a game we were playing, and like 2 of us got sick the very next day.
Yeah.
I think the running is also an issue, a part of that, not really the transfer change. But here's the thing. Let me give you guys a description. We're supposed to, like in Kuwait, if it's 50 degrees, we're not supposed to work. And we're not supposed to go to school. 50 degrees means 50 degrees Celsius. That's about 122 Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, the metric system.
Right? So
Ew, what's that?
in summer, generally, it reaches 55 Celsius to 60, which is between 130 to 140 degrees, right? And what the government does to avoid having to skip the day, they put the official weather as 50 degrees. And that way, everybody has to go because it's not quite above 50
I
yet.
love how you say how the government has to go out of its way to fake the temperature.
Yep. Because otherwise, it'll be 3 months of summer without us working,
Climate change.
according to the law.
Yeah, basically the whole country stops working for a day. Like if it's really hot, that's the way you're making it sound.
Yep.
That's some
Hold on,
next
hold on.
level. That is some
Hold on.
next level quality control right there. Right, the government is going out of their way. I dig it though.
Yeah, they have to. They have to. It's not one day of the year. It's like 3-4 weeks, maybe 2 months. They can't be honest. But here, check this out. Click. John Harlem says, "What's this?"
You know, it's really funny. I remember like the really, really old live streams like 2011, 2012. Like when the camera would shift from people to people in a Google Hangout live stream, like it would show like a big banner at the bottom of their YouTube channel, an icon and name, and then it just all of a sudden stops. Like they didn't have the big banners in the YouTube live streams anymore.
Dude, you don't know how much I miss like basically old YouTube in general. Do you remember the medals they used to give? Like those little medal badges? Little like
Honestly,
emote things?
I was like still in elementary school when old school YouTube was in its prime, so I've forgotten a lot of it. But I just remembered like a couple weeks ago, you could like put a subtitle for your channel, like you could describe yourself as a gaming channel or a news channel or a commentary channel, and it just made it easier to search for different kinds of channels you wanted to watch on YouTube because of the subtitle that you could add to your channel.
Yes, it was so much easier, and like my favorite thing is it had stats. Or like kind of, it had like sub badges, and it had I feel like Twitch ripped that off to an extent, but like old YouTube had the badges of like who got most views or most subscribed in this particular region or community, and it would like it put you on a list, and then viewers could search you if they were looking for new creators. It was just a lot easier. How you could just go to one spot and look. Now there's the trending tab, or like the artist on the rise, which is like part of the trending tab, sort of, kinda, but they always pick just like media shills or like the talk shows. It's so dumb.
It's ad revenue.
Basically, yeah.
One thing I was going to ask, an interesting question is, why do you guys think it's easier for Twitch to have competition with things like Mixer, but it's harder for YouTube to have worthy competition? Why is it easier for competition to rise up against Twitter than it is for competition to rise up against YouTube?
For Twitter or for Twitch?
Twitch.
I think YouTube was allowed to flourish for too long, and there was Daily Motion, but that was like the competition that did come around the time of YouTube didn't even pose a threat, not even close. They did everything wrong. Like the closest website got to YouTube status was Vimeo, and does anyone know what Vimeo's for?
Yeah, I mean, people. I bet people thought MySpace would never go away until Facebook came along. So I mean, it's just it's all a matter of when the next best thing will come out.
Well, I do think that YouTube was allowed to, for lack of a better term, marinate for too long, and that's why it's become the media giant that it is, at least as a video sharing platform.
Do you also think it's maybe because it's more of a household name? Like when people like Google is at a point where it's literally a verb. Like when people go look up stuff online, it doesn't matter what they use. They say, I'm going to Google something.
Well, that's another thing. If I don't think YouTube, in fact,
is at that point.
Yeah, I'm sure that YouTube would not be where it is without Google. Like Google definitely helped, even though in my opinion Google has somewhat ruined YouTube, there's no denying it propelled it to what it is now. But I think YouTube on its own could have faced some more worthy competition had it not been bought by Google.
Are those Cubans, Trillion?
Yep.
What if doing that in front of me, bro? You know how much that hurts me?
What, you're Cuban?
No, I love smoking cigars. It's actually like
I've never smoked.
I'm shaking right now. It actually triggers me.
I've been waiting to smoke on stream for as long as I can remember, and I've never been outside where I'm allowed. This time I'm out here with friends instead of family, so nobody gives a fuck. All I had to do was shut down the fucking window so the smoke doesn't reach them because they're all asleep. And I can smoke to my heart's content.
You don't inhale with cigars, right? Cigars you don't inhale?
You're not supposed to, but you can take a few pleasure puffs. Yeah, just inhale like 1 or 2 per cigar. And you can never do more. If you just inhale the cigar the entire time, you'll die.
Like you probably don't want to inhale a Cuban either.
It's pretty harsh. It's pretty harsh. I always do like 1 or 2 inhales per Cuban or any cigar I take. And
how long did it take you to properly learn how to use cigars? Because it's a lot different than normal.
One evening with my dad, basically.
I began with cigars, so there was no need for me to actually I didn't know how to inhale back then, so I just eventually I needed to know that you need to pull harder to get the smoke out and get the flavor. And I only started smoking other stuff after.
No, I started with as far as cigars are concerned, my dad on my 21st birthday, even though I had smoked cigars before, but my 21st is when he's like, all right, here's your first real pack. you're smoking with me tonight. I'm gonna teach you how to do it. And he taught me how to like cut it up and everything because he had just handed it to me before.
Because
And
if you cut the tip off too much, it ruins the wrap.
That is indeed true.
No, it was a nice father-son bonding experience. Yeah.
No, my dad is never always did cigarettes. When he saw me first with a cigar, the impression he doesn't know anything about it, so his impression is a much worse cigarette, right? So he was horrified for his son's health, and that was hilarious.
Aren't cigarettes like factually the worst thing you can smoke?
That is true, which is why. But here in Kuwait, they don't know that. All they know is that bigger means worse, right?
And it is
hookah,
ironic.
They consider hookah to be worse.
But it's also ironic because they do tell you, like I've heard from a lot of people, and this is a myth, by the way, for everyone listening, they tell you should prepare for cigars by practicing with cigarettes.
Oh, no.
Don't do that.
Dude, cigarettes smell like crap, taste like crap, and feel like crap after you're done with them. That's the three opposites in a cigar.
If I wanted to start smoking anything, what should I start with?
Probably weed.
You start.
No, like if you actually want to start, probably weed or something.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've already done. I mean, like more enthusiast.
Dude, you always go cigar if you can afford it. If you can't afford it,
vaping. If you can't afford, oof, no.
Yeah, don't be that douche. I mean, like if you want to eventually, like,
hookah is not portable.
That is true. There are portable variants. Though. Vape. I don't consider smoking. Here's the thing. That's as simple as this for me. Vape is like you can do it indoors. It doesn't smell. It doesn't feel like smoking at all. Like there's a pleasure to lighting it, and in the hookah, placing the coils on the machine that does it for you. You know, like
why do people look down upon vaping if you get all the benefits of smoking while removing a lot of the negative benefits of like smoking cigarettes and hookah and cigars? And
because a lot of people who did vape are faggots who ruined it for everybody, and people associated.
So how do you vape without coming off as a clown?
You kind of don't nowadays. It's like I can't tell you how many people I've been watching or like
beyond
talking
the point
to
of no return
or like streaming, and they'll be like playing a game, and then you're really into it, and then they just pull up a vape, and immediately you just look at the comment section, and it's everyone called fag, gay, go kill yourself. It's a bit like the typical troll stuff, but it does invoke a reaction.
And keep in mind one thing: the only reason I vape is because I'm not allowed to smoke these indoors. That's the only reason I vape. I would smoke these all day if I could.
Yeah,
are you able to get smoke breaks at work?
Yes, but it's kind of a hassle to bring the whole thing. Yeah, bring the whole thing.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. Like,
no, I mean for vaping, not for cigars. Obviously, that'd be too much.
Oh, vaping. Yeah, I actually vape in the office because nobody's there, and since nobody's there and nobody notices the smell of this small e-cig, I just sit there and work on something, and whenever I need the nicotine buzz, I just take a few hits.
I just realized that Hassan's name on the stream is AR, and then it's just XD1001.
I should have made it 007, but
you should have just made a better fucking name, bro. Like I understand that's a username.
No, it's not a username. You can put whatever you want on there.
I know, but like that's his username for other things, probably. So he probably
I just put Arab because it's like that's how some people say Arab in America, and it's just I just some people would feel offended, but I've grown an attachment to it because I just feel.
So what you're telling me is you did not feel oppressed. You did not feel like they were stealing and labeling your identity.
No,
how dare you?
No, I just like the pronunciation.
No, you need to say it how Drake says it in his songs. A-R-ab.
Oof. No,
what the fuck?
He was trying to make it rhyme with the beat and be on cue, and it sounded good, but that became a meme because everything Drake does or says has become a meme.
So
No,
I found it.
I
found it. I found it. Okay.
You found what?
Something that happened in between the last stream and this stream. I'm gonna put it in the private chat.
You lost your virginity? What?
No.
Well, that's cool, bro. Neither have I.
No,
It's
you
okay.
can't share. You can't share screen here. Just click the share screen button. You can show your shit.
Oh,
so everybody can see it.
I completely forgot.
I just saw real Donald Trump in the link. It's a tweet. It's a tweet, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
it's the Donald. He's gonna Donald us again.
I don't even have to click this. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah,
Don't
me
share
too.
it yet.
I already.
I'm gonna guess it's his. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, so I'll allow the screen share. There we go. Let's take a look. See. Yep, it's that one. Yep. The Donald.
Please let him win 2020. Please let him win 2020.
Dude, he's
Everyone
won
else
already.
is so boring. It's so boring without him. And
Dude, you're gonna enjoy 4 more years of him. Trust me on that.
And I hope we get Kanye right afterward.
Bro,
Yep,
I hope we get Kanye, The Rock, Oprah, Ted Cruz, Jeb. I hope we get the whole chorus back.
I
know
want
what?
Kanye and Jeb. Kanye and Jeb.
I'd vote fucking. What do you call it? I'd vote fucking Jeb. I'd go Jeb full on. I just want him in speeches. That's all I want.
Yeah. And speaking of the election, Kamala dropped out just recently.
Yep, that is indeed true.
Yeah.
And to me, that was one of the very saddest things that happened because Lewi sent it to me, right? And I was like, no, my Hillary.
Do you think Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders will drop out by choice or have no choice because of health reasons?
No,
I think they're going to drop dead. One of them, at least. Bernie probably. He excels more energy.
The pharmaceuticals got him.
Even if Bernie dies, his ghost will still hunt the microphones, okay? He's not going away.
Dude, think about
until
this.
He's elected.
The pharmaceuticals don't even have to hire like a hitman or do anything. It's like, look, we want this guy out of the way. Just wait a few months.
It'll just be like an ever so faint whisper. Pharmaceuticals. Like
his last words.
That'd be funny.
God bless Bernie. He's good entertainment too. But like, dude, his health, he already had a heart attack. Like, if that's not God's way of saying, dude, maybe this is not for you, dog, then I don't know.
Yeah, that's another thing. Didn't Hillary like have a spasm in the middle of the election? And they had to like escort her to the car. Shouldn't that have been like
a fighter that like broke his leg, right?
She had to Pokemon go to the hospital.
Yes, she has.
Hey, low key, there were a lot of popping Pokemon at the hospitals. Dude, I remember I had to go once to get for physical therapy for my knee after the surgery, and there were just kids back when Pokemon Go was at its height. There were just kids waiting outside because they didn't want them to go inside. Like there was like a nurse outside. It's like, you can't come inside. I know there's Pokemon on the other side, and kids were trying to lie, like, oh, my dad's in there, my brother's in there. Like these kids just sitting outside. Well, if I kind of inch a little bit this way, I'm in range. Yeah. Come here, Pikachu or whoever they were trying to catch.
And then you have the people who just play Pokemon Go lying in their bed the entire time, just buying up all the microtransactions to make the Pokemon come to their bed.
Yeah, those dorks.
No, I'll do you one better. In Kuwait, when Pokemon Go started kicking off, which is around the same week it happened everywhere else, all the popular spots for like catching Pokemon in the entirety of Kuwait, yes, they were in the mosques, right? So every mosque was a hotspot. So you have these fucking like teenagers who never saw a mosque in their life.
Pokemon Go Juma.
They would go, and then somebody who would know their dad would see them there, and he's like, "Oh wow, here you are going to the mosque for prayer. That's so good." Yeah, and the guy is just holding his phone like, what do I do? So they were forced to go into pray to save face because you can't quit after that.
How do you think he got Mewtwo through a jihad?
Yes. Yes. So what happened is whoever made Pokemon Go is going to heaven because he turned some people to the light.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Well,
like
God-
the
God
spots
bless
that were
America.
spots that were popping here, if I remember correctly, was the hospitals, schools. No, it was brilliant. Whoever created, like, they knew all the right places. Like,
Weren't people
Yep.
playing Pokemon Go while they were driving too?
oh yeah, that was a problem. Just like you drive it, but they added a patch where it's like, if you're driving too,
The accelerometers in the smartphones.
yeah, like if you're driving basically too fast, which didn't help. I mean, there were still people like trying to go 15 on a freeway. You know,
And I'm
there's
sure people went into settings and turned off accelerometer features. And
Yeah, there are ways around it, but you need to protect yourself legally first, which is why they probably did that.
yeah, I mean, the thing people always say, well, people are going to break rules anyway. Why do we have rules? Because most people won't break them.
No, because otherwise feminists win. You know?
And that's
Okay.
just the
No,
tip of the iceberg.
No. Speaking of, I need to share this, which is, what's her name? I showed this to you, Lewi, already. Our good lady.
How dare you not remember her name?
I'm sorry, her name is like something with a G.
Greta
it's not
Thunberg or Thornbird or Hamburger or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this.
Oh, climate
and-
change girl.
The climate gal,
yes, climate change girl. That's the one.
Climate change, Kelsey. Since we
Let's
have
see.
to like
What
attach
the hell
names.
is this? Why is this that? Okay, no, that's you're wrong.
How dare you? What have you done?
Honestly,
I have no idea.
Honestly, that reminds me of Ben Shapiro versus Piers Morgan. How dare you?
There we go. And
It's so
let's,
easy to make fun of
add
British people.
this and do that. So
Oh.
all of us appear. Yep. So it's this.
God, that is
I'll let that
creepy.
sink. I'll let that sink in for a moment.
She an elf?
Is it like a smart device that you can program and it like speaks to you, or is it just like an actual toy that just sits on the shelf?
Yeah, it points at you and it shames you. For
I
not caring
have no
about the
idea.
weather today.
But it goes like this, right? I'm like, she sees you when you're sleeping. She knows when you drive your SUV to the store instead of taking public transport. She knows if you're in bed or carbon neutral. So it can be carbon.
Oh, you're already humming the song. They got you already, Trillion. You have to
They
get
got
one
me.
now.
I would
Now,
use public transportation, but it just doesn't work in my state.
I would take
No.
public transportation as well, but it's just I don't want to.
Especially during the winters, you can't rely on it for work or school. You have to have your own vehicle in the winters over here.
Here's the thing with public transportation. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Every time I go onto a bus, I might as well be going into a porta potty. Like I always sit and there's gum on or underneath the seats, on the floor.
Yeah, but you learn a lot about people.
You do.
You learn too much. You learn
Yes.
too much about people.
Dude, I sat next to a woman who was recovering from heroin, like my very first time. Not my very first time.
I
but like,
remember in sophomore year of high school, I took the bus home, and I just so happened to sit next to a Jehovah's Witness, and she started talking to me about Jesus and how
Oh,
my
God.
relationship is with God on
Oh.
the way home from school.
Look, I'll say this: it's always a fun story. Like if you want a story to tell at a party, you get on a bus to go to the party. But if you like after school or after work, you're just trying to chill, and you get on the bus and there's some schizophrenic guy talking, arguing with someone. And nobody needs
Now-
that.
You know what's hilarious? We have a lot of like liberals here who are like, we should all take the bus, right? They're all about the bus. And here's the thing. Kuwaiti buses are worse than your guys' buses because only a certain class of people use the bus. and those class of people usually stink.
Oh,
It's
Smith
true, too.
players.
And you just don't want to go. You'd rather walk. You'd rather take a taxi and pay the money. You'd rather
Do
fucking.
they choose to be nasty, or they just can't afford showers?
I choose to believe that they don't like showers, because water in Kuwait is like it's not that cheap, not that expensive, right?
Oh, it isn't expensive.
Kuwaitis don't even get taxed on water and electricity they use. Okay, why do you stink? Why?
How are taxes for you? Because in the state I'm in, I always get 20% of my paycheck taken away by the government.
Taxation is theft.
The more money
I'm
I
okay-
make, the more money they take, man. It's crazy.
More money, more problems, bro. It's unreal.
No, here's the thing, right? For me, I'm okay with paying taxes, but in exchange, I have to be provided good service. In Kuwait, they don't want to provide you good service, so like it's common sense that they don't tax us.
The problem
Yes,
with
it's like-
taxes in America is that no one knows where taxes goes in America.
Yeah, that's one thing. You don't know what's happening with them.
I get
You don't.
state tax is like $50 minimum if I make and I don't know where that goes. And then there's like $25 for Social Security. I'll probably never see any of that. Social Security is going down the drain right now
Look, I'll tell you where
too
it
many
goes.
people are on welfare.
I'll tell you exactly where that tax money is going. You hear all that impeachment gibberish that's going around? It's being paid to finance that. It's being paid to finance those two sides of lunatics fighting against each other right now.
Well, I don't
Well-
want to pay taxes for that.
No one
Well,
wants to pay
that
taxes. for
nobody
that.
nobody
They
wants to
assure
pay
you it's
taxes.
for the good of the people.
No. It's like a high school fucking, principal's office, and two people in high school are telling on each other. And it's like, well, my friend said he's told me that other friend of his said that about me. I want an apology. And the other guy's like, I didn't say that. Maybe. I don't know. What's your proof? And the principal's like, bring your friend. Let's see what he has to say. He's like, no, I can't bring him. He's a private witness.
No, he's like he doesn't want to, because in school you can honestly say that they ask you to come forward and you can just be like, no, and they can't really do anything because you're a kid.
Right.
Are there any other countries in the world where people have like a culture of no snitching?
Here.
Snitches get
Full
stitches.
on here.
I feel like that's become a universal truth.
It used to be only like,
No, it's
I
happened
think
in
like- but now it's like everyone in America is like kind of
it happened in my school, in high school. Somebody did a horrible thing to a teacher, right? So the principal came into the classroom and he was like, who did it? If you tell, we're gonna expel the entire class for a day unless you do it. And even the nerds stood their ground and did not tell. And so the entire class got expelled for a day.
nice.
Right? We keep it. You can't do it, because if you snitch at that time, there's nothing that's ever going to protect you from the years of bullying that's going to come after. You
And
don't
you learn
tell.
that lesson pretty early too.
Yep, they make you pay for it. Like here, it's your street cred goes away the second you snitch, dude. Even if somebody punches you in the face, right, and the principal comes and he's like, do you want him expelled? Honor dictates that you say no, and then you work it through after with that guy in private.
Dude, when I was 7 years old, I threw a rock at a kid and I made his lip bleed. And I wasn't even that mad at him. It's just like, you're a kid and like, I don't know, I threw it and we were throwing rocks at each other and I threw a big one and it nailed him. And he was bleeding. He was crying. The yard duties came over and she was like, what happened? And he's like, I got hit by a rock. Or he's like, somebody threw a rock at me. And she's like, who did it? And he's like, clearly looking at me. I don't know. And he kept crying and wailing, and he just wanted the pain to go away, but he would not snitch. Like, you learn that lesson relatively
Yes.
young.
Yeah.
Yes,
The interesting
and for-
thing is
Yeah.
it's not really a thing that happens in elementary school. It's the no snitching thing really only comes into play when you're in middle school, kind of when puberty starts for everyone.
Yeah.
That's when the no snitching thing happens.
when you develop the balls, right? When you have the balls, honor comes with the balls. You heard it, women. Honor comes with the fucking balls. No, what happened to the teacher, Mr. Chenier, sir, is nothing. He just probably gave him like some chocolate in the bag and told him not to be a big boy. I don't know. They never told us what happened to him. He went to teach the very next day, no issues.
Taxes going towards Bernie's hip replacement.
Where did all his campaign money go? He can't pay for it.
Probably not. It's. You know what's hilarious is like he's bitching about the pharmaceuticals.
The pharmaceuticals ruined my hip.
Oh, he's bitching so hard about that. But guess who's helping him get through the pain of his heart attack and his hip and everything else that's broken in that 80,000-year-old body?
Jeb?
The
Big old
pharmaceuticals.
pharma.
Oh, the pharmaceuticals.
I assume it's like whenever he got the heart attack and he woke up, it's like, what did you put in me? Was it natural honey? Please tell me it's natural honey.
All I'm saying is that if he's probably one of the worst options right now to be president because he's fighting against a cause that he owes a lot of favors to.
Not only that, we're basically voting for his VP. So,
Who is? Are vice presidents even decided yet?
I don't think so.
I
don't
think
think so. But
yeah, I don't think anybody is meant because when Kamala dropped out, they asked Biden like what he thought of like what happened, and he said, "Oh, that's unfortunate," but he's worked with her in the past several times, right? And they asked him if he would consider her for VP, and he just didn't answer because like no one's really putting that out yet. I have like my theories as to who each candidate would probably pick as their VP.
I keep forgetting there's another whole year of campaigning to go still.
yep,
I know
it's gonna be fun.
It's narrowing down. It's getting juicier. You know, Trump is signaling in on targets.
When do campaigns normally really pick up? Is it like a couple months before election day, or is it like the whole year?
It depends. Like people's peaks are like Kamala's peak clearly like was right when she announced, and then it just went downhill from there. If you're a candidate that manages to make it that long, then I assume you'll find your peak somewhere in between like election day and at the start of next year.
Why would you even announce presidency more than a year before the election? Well, why not just wait like till there's a year till the next election day? Because otherwise you'll just lose steam and fall out of public opinion. You know,
that's what I thought. Like what if somebody just announced like 2 months before the election or like a month before the election, and all of a sudden everyone has to reconsider? Like, oh shit, okay, let's check out this guy.
This changes everything now.
Yes.
It's certainly odd. I don't know. Like, I think it's up for the PR team that you're around. Some people it's like get them while they're early before anybody says anything. The other one's like, oh shit, he's doing it. We need to do it too. And then again, the Democrats don't really make good moves in general. So who knows, man?
I do think that I do believe that with the Democrats, though, it was a matter of who can get to the beat first. Because I remember when all the Democrats started at once, right? You started hearing them pop up like Biden, Bernie, Warren, Kamala. They all came out at once. Like all the mainstream corporate Democrats announced the same week. And then all the outliers, the Yangs, the Tulsis, they started popping up and they started to get their little niche audiences. And who would have thought that Tulsi Gabbard would not only destroy Kamala twice, but would essentially have ended her campaign? You can't tell me that she did not have a role to play in making sure that Kamala...
she's the one who killed Kamala. Kamala was very popular, but she killed her.
Exposed her twice on the national stage.
Actually, guys, I have a question. since Obama apparently is now a conservative, can he run again?
Can we change the rules? Dude, I gotta say, when I saw that headline, so you want to screen share that because I can't remember the site where if you do, like Obama
I'll try.
conservative, you can find it because it's like, yeah, like Obama is being he's on the fence, or people have him on the fence as to being a conservative or holding what used to be considered very liberalistic values, but now are seen as conservative. And so, since the field is shifting so hard right now, it's Obama is borderline a conservative to a lot of people, to a lot of far left leaning people, and that I don't know how I feel about that yet. I know there's irony involved because it's like you're being chastised now by the party that, or not the party, but by the movement that you yourself essentially started, the social justice movement. And now it's coming back to bite you in a sense. So there's a bit of poetic justice to it.
Here you go.
Oh my God.
It's the Washington Post.
It would be the Washington Post. Yep.
Now, I won't get through the article, but basically they're saying that because he's anti whatever is called, he was anti-activist, that makes him a conservative, basically, because he called out activists as being little bitches at one of his fundraisers, and people now consider him a conservative. And I'm like, how quick they are to abandon their own.
Ladies and gentlemen, journalism.
Dude, I know, right? Like this is political, and this is basically on the same standing as BuzzFeed's "What tropical fruit are you? You won't believe number 7."
Yep. Yeah.
Honestly, what it reminds me of. It's one of those, It's
Oh my God! I wonder what number 7 is.
No, the thing
skip all over to number 7.
Dude, look, you reap what you sow. You lay in the bed, or you make the bed, now sleep in it, right? I just think it's hilarious though, because he never necessarily said anything controversial. All he said was, "Hey, making fun of people and berating them on Twitter because you disagree with them is not activism. That's cyberbullying."
But Lewi, if you disagree with someone on something, you have to disagree with that person in general.
Yes.
Oh, is that how it works? Important. I didn't get the memo, bro.
Yeah.
It's moving way too fast for me.
Dude,
it took me by surprise as well.
And not only that, you have to disagree with them on social media as well.
Oh, yeah. Especially social media.
Dude, if you're pro-life, that means you like fascism. That's how it goes, okay? That's where it goes.
Well, I mean, it's the only logical conclusion.
I mean, right? I mean,
it all starts somewhere.
I mean, I hadn't thought of much of it before, but yes, it's all coming together. It's all making sense now.
Yeah. Why else would you promote,
the apple
human life
from the tree?
It's hilarious, man.
Do you guys think that no matter how hard you try to avoid social engineering, everyone experiences it more than they'd like to?
I say the more you can train yourself to get the good social engineering and leave the bad, because social engineering is not necessarily bad if it gives you discipline and shit like that. Like, think of Japanese discipline mixed with German ingenuity. You get a superhuman, right? So if you can find a way to implement that within your culture, who wouldn't love that?
Hey, there are some things that we should keep off limits, all right? That combination is impossible, sir.
Just add a little bit of Italian good food and you have an access of social engineering. It'll be beautiful.
I'm sure there's scientists trying to experiment with that in a lab somewhere, and they're just looking at the two, right? There's like a German man and a Japanese woman, and they have them like in capsules or something, and they're just like, no, we're not ready. Humanity is not ready.
Captain UN will not work.
That's the file name they have.
Now, I do want to mention one thing. Has anybody seen The Rewind?
No,
I did, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to watch it.
I don't think you
No,
want to watch it either. I don't think anyone should watch it. But I
It's
did because I
basically
care about the community. You ever listen to one of those YouTubers and they're just like, I didn't want to make this video or I didn't want to watch this video, but I
But
did
you
it for
guys,
you
yeah.
guys. And it's
Yeah.
like, shut up.
The fans. I'm all about the fans.
It's like, dude, you watched it because I don't, you need to make money, right? You need to make a video, right?
Reaction videos. Gotta love those.
Reactionists.
Yeah,
Do you guys
according to
remember-
Lewi, he pioneered the genre or something.
You guys are. When did I forget when I know it was when I was in the reaction video boom.
I don't
Yeah, it
disagree.
was-
I was partially responsible.
So many people quit their jobs trying to make a living off of reaction videos.
Some it worked for some,
Yeah.
and I don't know why.
I still don't know why. The good news is they're beginning to like reaction videos are going to be a staple now, but they're not as big. They're nowhere near as big as they used to be. So it's a lot more difficult to get into the
No,
genre.
I liked
don't-
the revolution. It used to be just a random bitch ass person reacts to random bitch ass movie, but there's a new genre of, say, a lawyer reacts to like this legal scene and
Better
this
Call
show.
Saul. Yeah.
Lawyer reacts
Yeah,
to
and-
Ace Attorney.
Yeah, and he would sit, and then he would, after he watches the thing, he pauses and he teaches you something from his discipline, and then he keeps going. I love that. You know, history teacher reacts to,
Have you
You know,
seen that one?
Educational reaction videos or like
Yeah, it's
commentary react. I don't the reaction videos I don't like, which unfortunately are the majority, is the ones where they just sit and then like, favorite, subscribe.
yeah, it's like, black guy watching Bill Burr videos, like for Bill Burr bits for like 20 episodes, and he's like, yeah, of course, that's what's gonna happen. What's the point? Why would I watch this?
I love
You
how
know?
you said that it's a black guy. 'Cause, dude,
Yeah, because I watched
Why-
the video.
why are so many black people doing reaction? Why is it their genre? Have you noticed that?
I think they robbed it. Yeah,
It is like
I
I watched.
exclusively
There's
black
one
people.
guy I watched a lot in high school, Tyrone Magnus. He was one of the big reaction video channels. Tyrone.
But he's added discussion. Like he will discuss it. Like he's honed the craft a little bit.
He lost his touch.
He did, but
He has the thing I noticed about anyone can get a lot of subscribers during a boom or it's about viewer retention. Like how can you sustain a viewer base over time? Because most of his videos most of his videos don't even get 1,000 views anymore.
Tyrone.
I mean, yeah, Tyrone Magnus. I mean, he still has over 1 million subs, but that's just because people don't go through their subscriber feed and remove and add and manage their subscriber. People subscribe and then they just don't watch his videos anymore and forget to unsubscribe. That's why he still has a lot.
There's also a lot of impulse subscribers. Like I'm very picky with who I subscribe to, but I know people that if they chuckle during a video, like it, favorite, subscribe immediately. And you ask them why, and they're like, and I just want to sub to someone.
I actually generally what I do is if I like a video, I would subscribe, and then I would give you a week or two in my subscription box to see whether you can entertain me.
I mean,
And if you do, I keep it.
Yeah. When he does do a good reaction video, it is a good reaction video. He has good commentary throughout the video, and then he gives an insightful opinion at the end of the video.
Yeah, I'm
for 4 or 5
okay with that.
minutes.
Yeah, that to me that's what makes reactions good, is because when somebody has something to give. But if somebody just watches a comedy bit and all they do is laugh the entire time, then thank you for watching. Like, I can't agree to that.
Well, do you remember Jinx?
Yeah, I remember him. I didn't watch him as much, honestly. I mainly watched there was I'm Dante. I watched him a bit too.
No, I didn't watch him. I remember I never watched Jinx, but I remember everyone was making videos on Jinx.
Making
Ironically,
fun of him.
all the reaction channels were making videos on Jinx, making fun of him, right? Like, oh, he just sits there and watches the video. Then Grade A, Under A expose the ever living shit out of him completely. You want to talk about like Eminem ruining MGK's career, dude? Grade A, Under A. He took the rug straight out of Jinx's.
Did he really
turned-
have a
he turned
career?
reaction channel into a music channel? So bad he burned him.
You know, for how many reaction channels I watched during that reaction channel boom, I really can't remember much of any of them. It's funny. A lot of old school anime YouTubers do reaction videos now. All it is, the
Am I
gaming
not surprised?
community and the anime community, all it is podcasts and reaction videos. That's all they do in the gaming community, and like,
Because they're easy. I mean, look at us right now.
I don't mind listening to a good podcast, but I can't listen to a podcast all that. There's got to be other content too, you know.
Well, like I find that with podcasts, it's best to have a schedule, because then that's going to keep calling people back. What I don't like, and I can never get into these, are the podcasts where they're sporadic,
Spontaneous.
Yeah, like we have the salt grinder, and people know when this is going to be on,
Right.
and people come and they watch, and like I know people that like they reserve time, like they'll stop playing a game or stop watching something or free up like time occasionally to stop by and watch,
Because they can prepare for it.
exactly.
Yep,
But
and we appreciate it.
podcasts and I've been seeing a lot of like podcast previews on Instagram, right? Like a lot of advertisements for podcasts on Instagram, and it's so bad. It's just like, when are you on? And and I also do believe that it's become an oversaturated market as well. Like now is the podcast boom. It once was reaction
It was
videos.
reaction channels. Now it's podcasts.
Yeah. Also the commentary channels, like the commentary videos that had like that's another genre that has stayed, but its boom with
I
Leafy.
don't mind commentary videos like retrospectives and in-depth analysis videos, but it just has to be, the commentator has to be entertaining.
Well, my favorite
it can't just be.
Yeah, you have to have a niche. You have to have a personality. You can't just steal a platform and just expect that it'll be good.
And you can't just like read off facts to me too. You have to like give
Yeah, you have
a point of view.
Yeah. Yep. It's like for me one of my least favorite ones are like channels that for example, plot summary of this game or plot summary of that game, and you just want to familiarize yourself with this because you want to argue with somebody, right? And then it's the most boring thing in existence, because then this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened, and you're like, can you entertain me, please, while I'm watching this? I want to learn, and if I
Because you
laugh,
can get all that by just playing the game or watching the movie.
yeah, like you're the summary for a reason. Even if I know the story, I still want to watch somebody commentate on it and review it in a funny way.
Dude, my two favorite commentary channels ever, and they're completely different in their execution, actually. It used to be Leafy is Here before he wasn't shadow banned. He just disappeared and like was never heard from again. Apparently, he's trying to focus on his. I think he was pursuing
Music
like
career?
electrical engineering or something, computer
Oh,
engineering.
right.
Yeah, like what a 180 he took. But like Leafy's style was, let's basically make fun of this person and about the situation, and let's not address anything else. And people liked it. People liked that very aggressive, just a channel you can come to that was able to gain that level of popularity by basically being a jackass. And, respectfully, right? It's all for comedic purposes, but that was one of my favorite versions. And then my all-time second favorite commentary channel, who still exists today, is Birdman, because he's kind of a mix between knowing how to hold it down between being a YouTuber and a person who genuinely cares about the subject matter he's talking about. And I appreciate that, because
Is that the guy who talks about history? Or is that someone else? I know there's like a really popular guy that talks about history. Does history commentary or history podcasts.
No, Birdman, he does a bunch of he'll do commentaries on basically anything. And he just has the typical like gameplay in the background, and he was one of the earliest pioneers, but he never was part of the boom necessarily. He slowly had to grow his channel. But I respect his effort to like, he's the perfect mix between YouTuber and like using the YouTuber slang and understanding the internet versus some of the serious topics that he's able to bring light to.
Yeah. I've been I've been thinking about it lately. Like I think the biggest amount of time I spent on YouTube was watching Let's Play videos. But now that streaming is the thing, Let's Plays have been dead. I think the only Let's Player I watch who still seriously does Let's Plays, like as a like takes it seriously and like in terms of effort and quality, is Chugga Conroy. I used to watch him a lot growing up when I
Well,
still watch him. He does all the Nintendo Let's Plays.
Oh,
Well,
those
like-
are still a thing? Huh.
Yeah.
Well, Let's Plays are technically, that's the thing, is like streaming technically killed any sort
Let's
of
Plays.
gaming content, with the exception of commentary videos, which you can still technically do without gaming in the background.
I don't honestly. I like the Let's Play form. I like the walkthrough / Let's Play format much more than the streaming format, just because you can watch it at your own pace. And it's
That and
because if you miss a stream, you can't really watch it the same way that you could watch a Let's Play video. You can watch it and
Yeah,
get
it's nice and divided, yeah.
yeah, I appreciate the
because,
editing that goes
a live
into it.
stream. A live stream, you kind of have to be a part of the experience as it's going on.
Not only
There's
that,
one
we all-
YouTuber. That's one YouTuber that found a way to merge it. A YouTuber called Arumba. He does strategy games, and he wanted to stream and he wanted to make content for YouTube as well because that's where he came from, and a lot of his base is still on YouTube. So what he did is he started as he's streaming, he would record the episode while the stream is on, and then he'll be, hi, welcome to the channel, blah blah blah. And then he plays for 30 minutes or 20 minutes, and then he stops and then he records again during the stream, and the streamers know that he's recording for YouTube or the people watching the stream. So he's playing as well as recording at the same time, and he releases the content in divided form on YouTube after the stream for the people who don't like the stream format, and that's actually where I watch. So
Do you
that's
think
one way you
that's
can go about it.
Do you think, as a byproduct, since people know that he's going to be interacting with the chat and that's going to be uploaded, do you think that inadvertently causes people to ask more interesting questions to make the video more interesting, since they know it's going to potentially be uploaded?
Oh, for sure.
They do mess around, they get way too active in streams they know will be uploaded, and you see people sometimes going down in the comment section and saying their perspective of what happened in that particular episode as if they waited until that part was uploaded and then they had to tell their story.
No, there's no question that the walkthroughs and those Let's Play, that template is a lot cleaner than the streaming, because if you're streaming a game, it's nice to be able to skip the part where you see the streamer dying multiple times just because they don't know that part of the game yet, and
Well, not just that. Let's Plays and walkthroughs can be a lot more informative too, and be much cleaner and more in depth with how they're informative. Like when I watch a Let's Play video, especially if it's well done, I actually learn a lot about the game. Especially if it's someone who really likes the game they're playing, they do a lot. I recommend watching one of Chugga Conroy's newer Let's Plays, not because of the game, but just to get an idea of the potential for what Let's Plays can do. You can watch and you can learn so much about a game.
For me, the main reason I watch anything, streams or that, is to learn about the game. I never watch because of the personality. I rarely do that.
Yeah, he actually talks a lot about the games and different things behind the scenes of developers and things like that. I would recommend watching one of them.
I'd like that.
Unfortunately, he only does Nintendo games, but
I don't mind.
Learn a lot too. Yeah, I've been watching him since elementary school.
Sure, send me a name or a video you think would make a good introduction. Just send it over to Discord. I'd love to take a look. See, I miss good gaming channels. I do. There's a lot of content that died on YouTube that I miss.
The thing about him too is that he literally has at least a decade of experience.
Yeah, that would change you. Yeah.
Well, see, Trillian, you said something that's very interesting. You said that you rarely watch for the personality. I'm the exact opposite, because I love to watch streamers play multiplayer games. I understand if it's a single player game, you want to learn more about the game naturally. But multiplayer games, I have to watch for the personality. It's I don't give a fuck about the game, at least in that particular context.
All right. I sent you the channel on Discord.
Thank you. Here's the thing, Lewi. I find it extremely annoying that the person who is playing the game, the personality, has none. All
Well,
right,
you're looking in the
that's
wrong.
my
You're
problem.
you're watching the wrong streamers then.
Dude, smashing your keyboard while is entertaining is not a very good, interesting thing to watch for the 50th time. I'd rather watch the highlight, which I do. You know,
I do as
if I
well.
want to show up, yeah,
And
why would I show up for your stream if you're just there to smash your keyboard or to show us your personality? That both
Well,
of these are I'm not interested in.
It's
Hey.
not even that. It's just like at our age, living adult life, working full time, etc. Whatever else we do, we just don't have the time anymore. You know, I'm just gonna watch the
Yeah.
highlights. I don't have the time to watch a whole stream,
Well, that's why I'm
Especially-
curious. Like,
especially since there's so many blank periods in streams where just nothing happens, or it's just idling around, or if it's just
Yeah.
boring. That's what I love because videos have editing, and you just get the best.
well, that's
Yeah,
why I'm
there's still a
curious
market
as to
for
like who's watching these stream. Like, I'll get a notification for a streamer that goes live at like 1 in the afternoon.
I'll very, very rarely watch a stream start to finish. The only streams I would really watch start to finish are these and like old school YouTube anime community live streams that had like good discussion.
There were no good discussions. It was just double
Yeah.
four getting bodied every single stream he went into.
Well, it's
Dude,
it's
we made-
it's not necessarily
we made the-
about the topics. It's just like the chemistry of the group of people. You know, it's just
Dude, we
It felt
built
very-
our anime law live streams built upon the idea that everybody in this community was trash. Okay, there were no redeeming qualities.
well, I wouldn't have believed you back then, but seeing where everyone has gone now, I believe it now. They're either selling out like King of Lightning, who just does hour-long One Piece chapter reactions, or
That
or
dude
they're-
is still
or
making
they're-
videos.
One Piece tag, you know, and
Oh,
And
it's it's King of Lightning. The
Yeah.
thumbnail. Yo, where's the towel? Where's the towel?
Towel Sama. And he has
I'm
like,
going to the gym.
he has like this group of Arab dudes he calls the Arabian Nights who give him like hundreds of dollars worth of Twitch donations whenever he does a One Piece live reaction.
Bro, he does One
I'm
Piece
embarrassed.
matches on Twitch.
oh,
Oh, and I thought
that
Joe
hurts.
watching anime. On
I mean,
Twitch
he's
was
not doing.
cringe.
He has at least 150,000 subscribers, and he gets consistent thousands of views whenever he does Twitch.
yeah, because
I just
it's
hadn't
weird.
heard of him in a
It's
while.
it's funny because I used to actually respect him because he had a genuine opinion. He didn't just follow the he was like the only guy who would make Toriko videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that because I was a
He was-
Toriko fan.
I liked Toriko, and he was the only one who defended Toriko. But he just if he was the guy who just had his honest opinions and talked about what he liked, like when he was a Toriko fan, I'd still watch him. But now that he's sold out for One Piece, I can't.
Dude, he's
watch
the
it.
only guy that would tell you your series is trash to your face. You know those fanboys that are like, Fairy Tail, Naruto, it's the greatest thing ever. Even One Piece.
He would
He
make
was a
fun of
huge-
Dragon Ball fans all the time too.
Bro, he used to put everyone in their place. But you know,
But you know, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's what he is now. He became what he swore to destroy.
what he swore.
We
to-
didn't. We didn't. We just fucking left. That's what we did. We're still here.
We expanded.
And this is our story.
And then times have changed. You know, it's sometimes I don't know whether to blame YouTube or you have to put responsibility on the content creators. Like you guys are choosing to cave in to what YouTube is trying to coerce you into doing. Like no one tells you to make stuff that generates ad revenue just to get your stuff in the search bar. And this, that, and the other.
Well, look, people know that, especially
Because
when it comes to those.
I think YouTube actually does promote reaction channels. Like reaction channels are a ad bait.
Oh, I think that I don't think it promotes them as much as it used to, but I do think that they're promoted, especially for,
Ad bait.
yeah, especially for like trailers. Oh, Why is it that when a
Okay.
new Marvel trailer comes out, all of a sudden my recommended feed is flooded with reaction videos for that trailer? And I
the
haven't
Black
even watched the
Widow
trailer yet. Dude, the Civil
No,
War? Captain
the ad
America
is
Civil
the
War?
trailer. The ad is the trailer.
Aha.
Hmm.
No, but I'm
That's how they
serious.
get you. I haven't watched the trailer yet. Here you go.
Yeah, it's like you can watch it, or you could be like, what? Who was that stupid reaction channel that's like, I give people the reason I do reaction channels is because I give lonely people the
That was
opportunity.
Jinx.
Was that Jinx? I give
That was
lonely
Jinx.
people the opportunity to watch something with someone else.
That was literally Jinx.
Was it? Okay.
That was Jinx.
No offense to anyone with like social anxiety or no friends or like you're just alone in your life, but I think I'd rather be alone than watch a video with Jinx, bro.
Honestly, I used to be that guy, but once you just get out of the house and just do stuff, it just goes away with experience. Like, get a job, go to school,
Dude,
and
dude,
that's it.
for every introvert out there, you're a piece of shit. Go outside, okay? Because it's just you being a coward. We were all introverts as kids, okay? Just go outside, make some friends. Go to a club.
I think introvert and extrovert was invented as a way to try to make shy people feel better about not getting out of their shell.
Yes,
Well,
but
that's
while
what it
we're on the
eventually turned
subject,
to. Yeah.
let me just say this about extroverts. Some of you extroverts out there need to shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I'm an extrovert and you drain energy from me. It's unreal. Like those
Dude,
people, like there's some I get it. There's people that just cannot talk, that's
Positive vibes only, Louis.
that's
Positive
really
vibes.
far on the introvert spectrum. There are people on the others because why is everyone only talking about introverts? Nobody talks about the annoying fucks on the extroverted side. People that
No,
like show up
because
to
you can-
parties and they have to be the star of the show, yelling party
Dude.
foul, right? Those
Here's the thing: if extroverts are easy to handle, because all you need to do is give that one well-timed diss, and everybody goes like, ah! And then they shut up for the entire day.
it cooled
I
them
don't
down.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have this in the Middle East, but there are two worlds there are two words in America that can completely change the situation in a public school setting.
Your
World
mother?
star.
Really? Okay, enlighten me.
You
What
always
is
hear
that?
it. You always hear it. World star.
They
Is
don't
that
know.
if somebody's like overly showing off, you'd say that in response to it, or
No,
Well, are you familiar with the World Star website? You probably
World Star.
have.
I'm
Like
not.
everyone's seen it. You probably just don't know what it is exactly.
I think maybe it is an America thing. Or do they not know about it in the UK either?
No, but
That's
he's
the second place I would think.
No, but everyone's definitely seen it. They just probably don't know that they've
They
seen
don't.
it.
They don't. They're not associating. They've seen it, but they don't know. It's especially fight videos. Especially fight videos. Like you'll hear people yell "World Star" in the background of fight videos.
Because it's a website where you can post or that'll pick up like crazy hip hop. I think it started as like a hip hop World Star Hip Hop. It started as like a
Yeah.
hip hop
Hmm.
video platform or something. Like when MGK made the diss track towards Eminem, that was
That's
on
the first place they got uploaded to.
Yeah, that was World Star.
Oh, okay.
They're all
Yeah,
about
I'm not-
drama and stuff like that.
Okay, fair enough. I've never been. My experience with the internet has been YouTube and then everything else. So if I can get it on YouTube, I would not get it anywhere else.
Oh, they have their own YouTube channel too. That's the best part.
Yeah, World Star Hip Hop has a YouTube channel.
Of course
Does
they do.
very well.
Yeah, they've become
No,
more
I
about the culture now. Like they still post their stupid fight videos and everything, but now it's an actual channel where people will discuss things, try to make it about the culture.
There would be nights in high school where I was just laying in my bed watching YouTube on my phone, and I would just like watch Fight Comp of the Month from World Star Hip Hop, where they just
Yes.
compile the best fight videos from their website and put them all in one video for that month. Fight Comp of the Month.
Good
Dude,
times.
I think we're doing a better YouTube rewind than YouTube is doing over this
Because all they
period.
did was a top 10. They did a top
Yeah,
10 list.
They did a top 10 list and
What
they
if
didn't
you
even advertise it.
What if YouTube Rewind was where they literally rewinded YouTube to act like YouTube was many years ago, just for one day?
I think they'd lose a lot of money because the nostalgia would kill some people away and push them away from the platform.
Because they just couldn't even anymore. Dude, if we went back to old school YouTube, we would get a lot more traction, but a lot less ad revenue.
I'd take that. Actually,
Yeah,
Dude,
but
I'd
only
take
silly people, only silly people try to make a consistent living off the internet. You don't
I mean, you can try.
Like
It's viable,
look at Onision. You took my Patreon away. You took my Patreon.
No way. That clown is still around?
Yeah, Chris
Let me
Hansen is after him right now.
Let me guess. Mr.
Chris
Repsion
Hansen.
still exists?
Chris Hansen has a YouTube channel. Look it up. He's literally talking about Onision right now because he's a predator. The FBI is after it.
Oh, that's rich. I love that.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, like every once in a while, every couple of months, I will go back and I will find like Shane Dawson, Niga Higa, Kev Jumba, and I'll watch their old videos. The
Yeah, all
nostalgia.
these relics.
It's
Yeah, all
saved
these relics. Yeah.
I remember there was this video I used to watch all the time. Mario Kart Robot Chicken.
Oh my
I
god.
watched that over and over again all the time.
Bro, did you ever watch Happy Tree Friends?
La 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 la. La, la, la.
Dude, you know what I was surprised to see the other day?
The
I was
general-
just randomly sitting and I'm like, whatever happened to the annoying orange? Right?
Oh my god.
And I click the annoying orange and he still uploads. And I'm like,
I know.
how?
He's not a meme anymore, though. That's the problem.
It's Fred. Early YouTube, man. Early YouTube.
I hate it and love it so much, though, at the same time.
Oh my god.
Right?
Speaking of Happy
Right?
Tree Friends, man, any episode with the moose is just instant.
Dude, I still remember where I saw the first episode, too. I watched
YouTube?
Happy... No, it was on YouTube, but my friend showed it to me as both of our moms were walking in. And it was one of the scenes where like his eye gets stuck on the tree. He's hanging from it.
My favorite episode is the airplane episode. It was just like, I don't know. I just remember the airplane episode where the moose is just being really stupid on the airplane.
Oh my god, bro.
OG YouTube. There's so much gold for anthropologists to dig in 50 years from now to know about our modern culture.
There should just be old school YouTube, like historians who like just teach old school YouTube at universities.
There
like,
will be.
all the old videos.
Dude, there will be. I guarantee you that whoever studies the 2010 to 2020 period, this millennia, or the decade, what the fuck, decade, like they'll have so much content that the only way to study it or to actually know about it is through specialists. There's no other way.
When I watch a video, do you guys hear the audio from the video? Or is it just me hearing it in the headphones? I don't know if the mic picks it up.
Oh, I think it's just you because I play videos and it's just
I was
me
gonna
that
say
hears it.
there's like a 2-3 minute video of Onision breaking down from getting his Patreon taken away that we could react to. Quick.
Oh my
You
God.
can share the screen. I think the audio stays if you share the screen.
Okay. Yep, some screens let you share audio.
Yeah, this one does, I think. Gotta love StreamYard. Sponsored, not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Not yet. Not yet.
All right. I have to allow this. There we go. I love that I can click and allow it, and you guys cannot insubordinate my stream.
Oh, it's all coming back to me now. Just seeing the thumbnail.
Where's the? Do you guys hear it when I press play? Do you guys hear it?
Yes, we do. Barely. We
Barely
need
though.
to.
Yeah.
It says there's a share audio button for StreamYard, but I don't see the share audio button. It says you can share audio for some windows. Like there's supposed to be a share audio feature.
I don't know. I have to actually look this up. I'm not sure, but I can barely hear it. Just clicky, and we'll deal with it.
Okay.
Try to get my Patreon deleted now. Oh, you have an opinion of me, so you're just gonna try and ruin my entire career. Really? Is that what you're going to do? Oh, I'm sorry. The FBI never showed up. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, onion boy, because turns out it didn't break a single law. So what do? Oh, well, our opinions have been invalidated so many times of him that we're gonna disable his Patreon. Wow. Wow, you would really do that. You would really do that. You tried to do the FBI. Didn't work. You tried to do the police. Didn't work. So instead, you resort to the paycheck. And you got it. You got it. All my patrons have been deleted. Are you happy?
Oh, that's sad. That's so sad. He looks like a teenager throwing it.
You want, huh? Is this what you want a total meltdown? You like kombucha? I love kombucha. It smells even worse.
Yep. I remember now.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm covered in kombucha, and I have no more
Really?
No, bro, we have not even scratched the surface. Onision is like, he's like Filthy Frank if Filthy Frank was hated by everyone.
Wow. Oh wait, the wrong. Yeah, there we go.
Wrong key. I actually shadow banned him by accident.
Did he go away? Why did he go away, dude?
I
Come
didn't
back.
go away. I just had to leave my room because my dad's
Oh,
going to
right,
bed
right,
now.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
I can stay up later because I don't have to clock in till like afternoon tomorrow.
Bro,
If I was clocking in the morning, I would have left earlier, but I don't have to clock in early tomorrow.
let's talk about how he could have been a better Joker than Jared Leto.
Word.
Does no one else see that?
think that's hard. I don't really think that's hard.
Bro, it was so bad. His performance was so bad that ERB dissed him in their new music video.
Yes, I have.
But here's what I will say, kids. Remember,
Love their Joker one.
this is what happens to you when you don't have a real job.
And this is it. Like, this is how he's been able to sustain for how long has it been on YouTube? More than 10 years. He's hit.
But do you see how easily everything on the internet can change? Like, just like that, his income's gone. Like, if you have a real job, it can't happen that easily.
They can fire you, but usually there's
no,
a 2-week
you know-
notice.
Yeah.
No, they can if you work in the media.
They can if you do that, basically.
But you don't want to work in the media.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. No, just work in a steady engineering job. It's very hard to get fired in a field like that.
Just sit, smoke cigars, and play video games like Trillion.
And flush toilets once a month
Yeah.
for an hour a day.
Word. Living the life.
Yes.
Living like Larry.
Living the dream.
Dude,
So
I have to tell the story. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Louis. Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I'm glad you showed me that video because I was not aware that dude was still alive. You could have given me 100 guesses about what he was doing. I would not have told you he's still on YouTube.
And
I
then
thought he would've died a
I
long time
encourage you to
ago.
watch the Chris Hansen streams on him on your spare time too.
I plan on it.
They're not even a week old. Like it's happening as we speak. The Onision breakdown. Like Chris Hansen and the FBI are actively taking them down.
That's funny, man.
Chris Hansen has a transitioned from mainstream media to the internet now. So he's a YouTuber now.
Oh, kind of like The Rock, who's like he was making
Well,
movies and now he has a
not
YouTube channel all of a
necessarily-
sudden.
Not necessarily, not like The Rock and Will Smith who are just here to sell out. Like it's like actual genuine content.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I saw a video on when a celebrity is accepted in YouTube, and usually, according to the stats, it's whenever like the celebrity is like has a camera, like a regular camera and a regular mic, and they're talking through the mic like a regular YouTuber. So people would accept you as part of their own if you look like that. But if you're like Will Smith, who like
Obviously,
has an entire a crew dictating every angle, that's when people find it very weird that you're invading the platform with this media shit,
Yeah, they kind of think that.
especially when out of all the people they choose for a YouTube rewind, they choose you to start it.
Yeah.
I know that other
And then
YouTubers kind of see it as
and then they
cheating.
automatically go to someone who's not even on YouTube. They literally go right from Will Smith to Ninja. He's Twitch, not YouTube.
They don't know that. I don't think YouTube knows that.
I don't think YouTube themselves knows what YouTube is for nowadays.
Does Wajiki even watch YouTube?
I bet not.
I hope she
bet
watches
she
her own
gets-
videos and reads the comments and looks at the
I'm
versus
sure
dislike
comments are
ratios.
turned off.
Probably.
Unless no.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
crazy though. I
What do
actually
you
can't
think
get over
about
that. The
people- What do you
Onision
think
thing.
about people who will turn off their comments on videos?
Oh, they're
I just,
they're losers.
No, you have to. No, you have to now, because if your content is labeled child friendly, there you can't have comments anymore.
Is that really how that works?
Yeah, dude, I it didn't hit me until I clicked on a regular video who makes like gameplay, right?
Speaking of
Um,
COPPA, I mean YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, their COPPA laws are coming into effect 2020, and
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people are getting upset about it.
A lot of people are leaving, and that's a wise choice.
I honestly don't think COPPA is necessarily bad either, though, because it will get rid of a lot of troll channels and clickbait channels.
It's not about it being bad. It's about it being arbitrary. There is no consistent way to enforce it, as it is on YouTube right now. Anything can be labeled child friendly. And there's like a balance you have to do. Like you have to juggle. You can't be too offensive and say fuck 20 times. And you also can't say fuck, because if you don't, you'll be labeled child friendly. So in order to make money, you need to be in the middle, and the middle changes every day. It becomes extraordinarily more dangerous.
But they don't give
to-
you a middle option. They only give you child friendly or not child friendly.
Exactly, right? So you're fucked either way. So people will stop migrating, and I hope they do.
Where would they go though? Vimeo.
There's a lot of
TikTok.
people. A lot of people will still watch YouTube, not necessarily because of new content, but because there's a lot of old content they want to watch too.
Yeah.
That would take a long time to do a data transfer of.
Also, I have to be honest with you. It would be very difficult for a lot of people, myself included, to transition off of YouTube.
When there's so much content that you want to go back and watch on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
like
true
it's
enough.
hard for me to get out of a rhythm
Unless
of
there's
not watching
people,
YouTube.
unless there's people that go out of their way to copy and paste everything from YouTube to a new platform, that's important and worthwhile.
Well, people did try that with VidMe, and
It failed.
it failed. Yeah, it just seems like
will
any
fail.
The
ray of
problem
hope.
is just that there's so much information.
No, I only want enough people to leave YouTube for YouTube to get their shit back together so people come back again. That's all I want.
False knowledge.
Like, without a competitor, without the danger, they feel like they can do anything. The only danger they feel they have is from the law and the activists. We need to make them feel like we're dangerous too. Otherwise, why
It's
would they
kinda like
respect us?
Sega. It's kind of like Sega and Nintendo. Sega never technically beat Nintendo, but they were good enough to make both of them good.
Yep. Then they died. Sad.
It's it's funny. I never knew Sega had consoles until I was in like middle school, high school. It's just I played Sega games all the time growing up. Sonic Adventure 2 and Crazy Taxi and a lot of arcade games because Sega makes a lot of arcade games too. A lot of people don't know about.
Well, that's
Speaking
how I
of,
learned about
actually-
Sega. That's all I knew about Sega growing up was their arcade games.
Actually, speaking of, I need to call this attention. What do you guys think of Google Stadia? And that flop.
It could work. It could work in countries like Japan and South Korea just because it's a smaller surface area, which means it's a much more manageable internet infrastructure. It won't work in places like America for a very long time just because
Well,
the surface area.
No, they failed. They failed. General neutral controllers. That's how they're going to sell their fucking system.
Is their controller even good?
No, it's horrifying.
It looks well. I mean, it just looks like I don't know. It looks like any other controller. They made some modifications, but yeah, their whole
looks
selling
bad.
point is social justice.
And it's cheap, and it sucks. The people who reviewed the controller says it's horrible. It's low par, low end controller, and the only way they found a way to sell it is by labeling it gender neutral. That's the only way they found, and it's sad.
I just want a better GameCube controller.
You're still on that.
That's all I want.
You just want GameCube to be compatible with like any other game to play. Like you just want your
Honestly.
controller to play for anything.
That's honestly.
I'm with you on that. I love that controller. I love that controller. I love the original PlayStation controller and the Xbox 360 controller.
I'll never downgrade from
I think the
Xbox
original
style
PlayStation
controllers
controller
again.
is better than the PS2, PS3, and PS4 controller.
Oh yeah, I
Really?
do too.
PS1?
Because the triggers were never that good on the PlayStation controllers, so just having secondary buttons is better than bad triggers.
Well, okay, maybe
Yeah,
not.
fair enough.
Maybe not better than the PS3 might serve as some competition, but I do like when I think back, the PS1 controller.
Yeah, but
is one of the
PS4
ones that
controller
sticks
is
out to me.
ugly. PS4 controller is ugly.
I just don't like the home tab in the middle. It's so ugly. Yeah.
The battery life stinks too, and it's just touch bar is unnecessary. Just have buttons.
Well, would you like to hear something interesting about PlayStation?
They want to add a full touch screen to the PS5.
No,
controller.
not that. They found a cocaine. They found a cocaine smuggling ring on the PS4.
People were shoving cocaine inside PS4s.
No, people were like trafficking
Communicating.
cocaine Yeah, via certain games on the PS4. So if you want some white magic, you go onto this game and you enter the server and you chat with a few people, and next thing you know, you have a cocaine delivered right to your doorstep. It was
Next thing you
brilliant.
know, you're paying for cocaine with Fortnite V-Bucks.
Yes, yes, beautiful.
You already know that's how it went down, right?
Let me try to find you guys the article. I love that. Like when I saw that, it's everything right about the world, right? Like that's why PS4 sold more than Xbox. Now we know it's not because of exclusives. It's not because of good political or good creative decisions. No, 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 no. It's simply because they allowed cocaine to be smuggled throughout their system. That's all there is to it, people. I wonder if they'll get reparations for that. Like, you know, somebody will be like, "Oh, my child got." Oh, it's a video. My child got, you know, uh, got cocaine through your service. I want some payback. You have to give me money, and then they sue for a few million. Think they'll be able to do that?
Hey, you can sue for anything in this world.
Yep.
Question is Sony willing to entertain it?
There we go. There we go. No, thank you. Actually, I just remembered watching the video and it was cringe. Just okay. Take a look. See here.
Oh, it looks
Cocaine
like
being sold.
Yeah, it looks like IGN quality.
Yeah, here's actually. I'll try to share a clip. Just they zoom in on the gal, right? They zoom in on the gal, and she's supposed to say a punchline, and the punchline is so lame, but the way they make it seem is like she said like a huge diss. Check this out.
Okay, let's try that again, but this time with audio.
Oh, there's no. God damn it! You should have said it.
I was waiting
How do I get it?
Was waiting for
Okay,
him to
hold on.
realize it.
Let's try just making the speakers work. Talk.
Hello.
Do you hear echo?
I do not.
Do you hear this?
Yes.
Fortnite. Shaking my head. And before you guys say anything, you know, the sound might be a little bit weird on and
Oh,
off here.
shaking my head. It's not even a punch. It's not even a punchline, bro. It's just something people say. It's like LOL.
It's a perfect fit for those cold winter months because it's got a lot of snow.
Oh, snow, like cocaine. Yeah, we're not cool at all. Anyways, the FBI broke up an alleged.
Yeah. So
Oh, transition, guys. Segue.
horrifying, terrifying.
Y'all hear that transition?
Yeah, man, that was beautiful. That was smooth.
It's cool, like snow, like cocaine. What? Your only comparison is that snow looks like cocaine. Okay.
Dude, when I watched the video, like I watched about 5 minutes in, and I just couldn't. They keep doing this, and they think it's cool, and I to me that's horrifying. Just don't people, don't do that.
Dude, I can't watch like these gaming news channels anymore after IGN. Like after IGN started doing like the weekly fix, and I started watching that one blonde girl do it, and I was just like, oh my god, it's make it stop. Like just tell me the information. Have a robotic voice. Tell me the information about the game that's coming out, not you.
Dude, there's a certain dignity to being somebody like the new PS4 has smuggled cocaine. And the FBI found a cocaine ring, and just with that blank death stare and horrible makeup, there's a dignity to that, okay? You know, it shouldn't be lost. There's a reason this was applied. You're a news tool. You're not a fucking personality. Go die.
They try to crack jokes in between, and
Yeah,
it's like,
please don't. Please, for the love of God, just tell me what I want to know and fucking leave and let me live my life. And how many white knights and fucking people who have a crush on that poor girl are like just watching this video just because she's in it? She's like, he's so funny. Oh my God. You know,
if they're
like
smart, they'll watch it muted. and turn on
just-
subtitles or something.
Yeah, just turn on the subtitles. That'll be. At least you can imply the comedic timing.
It's just like I feel like it's a genre in and of itself to make videos that are supposed to provoke cringe, but just enough to like kind
Keep
of
it coming
provoke
back.
invoke a chuckle, perhaps. I don't know. It's like there's a lot
There's
of
a
these
fine line,
cheesy,
yeah.
corny videos out there.
Dry humor, or is it a little bit?
It's even drier than that, actually. I don't know
'cause-
what to call it, really.
Dry humor is catchy, right? Like dad jokes. Like that one guy who walks around the store and tells bad dad jokes to his wife, and it makes millions of views. There's a certain appeal to that, right?
Because
Just
it's
seeing the wife
self-aware.
suffer. Yeah, it's self-aware. Like there's an element you can appreciate, but then if somebody says it with a straight face and they think it's funny, it's that one scene in like the British Parliament. Like one woman was like, she made a huge diss of what she thought was a huge diss, right? Blah blah blah, because explosion something, and she just sat down satisfied. And then way back into the line of the Parliament, somebody says like, "That was terrible. Resign instantly," right? To me, that's what it seems like. Because if you're actually proud of that line, maybe you shouldn't be here.
No, the best one is when Iggy Azalea called in when she was doing a freestyle rap on, I think it was the Breakfast Club or something. And then it's one of the worst freestyles you'll ever hear. And then they have callers that are allowed to call in and give their opinions.
Yo,
and
that shit was trash. Get
the very
fuck
first
off the
call, yo, that
airwaves.
shit was trash. Get the fuck off the airwaves. Same thing. She sat back. She was so satisfied, right? Like, I just freestyle for them. It's like, no, you're also the worst rapper in the genre. Which is another thing. Since we're getting nostalgic, what's new with Iggy?
Who cares?
I actually do this time. Like, is she still around? Or
Oh,
did
was
she go
that
back to
Dark Ray
Australia?
Kuwait? Was that Dark Ray Kuwait right there?
Yes, he was.
Bring
That's
him
some
here.
cameo
Hi.
appearance?
He's coming. He's grabbing a chair from the garden. Doctor, say hi.
Tell the audience what you know they need to hear.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
عليكم السلام من هذا؟ ايه صح.
This is Hassan.
Hassan.
It's dark, so you can't see him. You can call him Arab XD001.
Arab, let's saying
It's dark in his place. 'Cause,
Yes.
Everybody's asleep.
How are you peoples?
Doing very good.
I'm very sick.
Yeah. We spent almost the entirety of yesterday just cooking shit and cleaning shit up after.
Yes.
Because that's what happens when you have to have people to feed.
And look what you did. You made the goat get sick.
Yes. He was already sick. He's always sick.
I'm sick in the brains and stuff.
So I actually watched some of your stuff on your channel.
Oh, I'm humbled.
Did you subscribe though?
No.
We have to subscribe. Part of the package.
It's I don't want to subscribe.
I don't.
No.
I don't really feel like it.
No. I won't say that. I'll say what every Arab person says when they don't want to say no, but they don't want to say yes either. Inshallah.
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 I don't want him to subscribe. I'm at 369.
Oh, you want that to stay?
69.
Perfect
It's-
number.
It either needs to stay 369 or get him
Let's
to
go
a million
69,
subs.
69.
You think it'll reach that at some point where like the people have to equalize, like how the like dislike ratio, but instead of the like dislike ratio, there's like we have to keep the sub count at 69,000 or something like that. And so if somebody new subscribes because they're a dumbass, somebody pulls out.
I would be that
Think
guy.
you reach that level of discipline. But yeah, Aziz, tell us what you think about the Google Stadia.
Google Stadia.
Yes.
What gender controller will you be
What
getting?
gender controller do you want?
Gender controller.
You want female?
I want
Male?
the pedo one. Is there the pedo controller?
If you have a Google Stadia, you probably are a pedo.
Google Stadia is like everybody told to Google. All right, the same thing. Latency. We're gonna solve latency. We have the minus latency technology. How does it work? Your internet has to be 1,000 gigabyte speed.
Oh yeah,
Which is
no
tec-
problem.
which is technically unattainable by regular people, except like if you live in Boston or something and you pay like good dollars for it. And it's unreal. Like the people who said Google Stadia was a fine experience are the people who are the tech YouTubers, and the reason said we own a very fast internet. Regular internet like 30, 50, 40 megabyte won't cut whatsoever.
What also sucks is that they you have to pay for the games all over again, right?
Yeah.
Like
Wait,
there's
so
not-
that's even yeah, I heard it. So you have to pay for the Google Stadia subscription, and then you have to
Plus
buy the
the-
game's full price on top of that.
Yes.
Yep. So why should I do that? You
I mean,
know?
people have been doing Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus for years now, though. That's basically what that is, unless you're paying a lot more.
Yes, except your
Is it
purchases
annual or monthly?
monthly, right?
I have no idea.
I think monthly.
If it's monthly, then no. If it's annual though, like $60 a year, then it's just what everyone else has been doing.
Yeah, but you still can buy your game from the store, have the CD, put it in your console, and everything's fine. With Stadia, you have to keep subscribed, and if you stop subscribing, you can't use the service anymore. The games are burned out. It's not like Steam, where if you bought the game, you can play it anytime. You have to keep subscribed to the service.
I just don't know how Google didn't see this is going to work. I mean, you already have a PlayStation Now, right? Where like PlayStation was letting PC gamers stream PS3, PS1, PS2, and PS4 games. Basically, you could play PlayStation exclusives on your PC, but you can only stream them. You can't download and install them.
Yeah, that's
And it
bad.
didn't work too well.
Yeah, because in the end, people want to use what's convenient and what works at the time they want. And whenever you rob them of the time, even if you don't need it, you'd still feel robbed.
Yeah, I don't mind not having.
You can summarize Google Stadia in just one sentence. Google Stadia is what every American father calls his children: a disappointment.
Oh,
This is Google Stadia.
it shows you just the amount of incompetence that exists in the Google studios. No wonder YouTube isn't doing too hot. It's because it's owned by Google.
If this
Google
is their
Plus
newest,
failed, Stadia is gonna fail.
It was only
They
it was,
haven't-
like, it was the number one thing that you can get at Google. Google didn't even start thinking about games till like a month before the Google Stadia launch, which is the most important thing about a console: exclusives. Google didn't even consider making their own studio or getting studios until like a month or two before launch.
Not only that, like, okay, when somebody jumps into the cell phone market and wants to make a new smartphone, they adopt the Android and they just focus on the hardware, and next thing you know, they have a phone. It's convenient, it's easy to make. But what Google decided to do is make an entire new platform with no support, put games on it, and with no exclusives or time to develop them, and expect it to sell via gender-neutral controllers.
you can't forget the gender-neutral controller. That's the most important part.
I'll have to keep that over. I have to repeat it over and over again until it hits your guys' minds that this is one of the most ridiculous concepts anybody can come up with.
No, they're rolling with that for sure. That is at the head
are.
of every headline. That's the front.
Dude, they painted one of their controllers light green because that's a color that's gender neutral. That's what they're going for.
So the male controller has an extra stick in the middle.
Oh no,
No.
because it's gender neutral.
Oh.
There is no sticks.
There is no.
It's just a circle.
This.
But what if some people prefer sticks on their controllers?
Then you're a bigot. You're a fascist Nazi who wants to take over women's rights.
I'm sorry.
We are gonna be
Demonetized.
Pretty sure that we got demonetized like an hour ago.
Yeah,
Quick question.
pretty sure. Dude, you have to say fuck it like 20 times now in your videos because otherwise you'll be labeled child friendly.
You can, now when you upload, you can choose.
Yeah, but then if it's manually reviewed and there's no fuck in it, you're child friendly. I
But
saw
it's
it happen
YouTube.
to
They're
other
not going to
YouTubers I watch.
manually review it. Let's be honest here. They're not going to
They'll
manually
make
review
an
it.
algorithm that detects the word fuck
So you
and
have
automatically
to
hit you.
So you have to manually fuck your video, basically.
Yeah. If not, no fuck in the algorithm, you're child friendly.
The best way to fuck your video is manually.
The manual. An old school. It's been that way since the beginning.
Speaking of different consoles, if Sega ever made if Sega ever made a console again, would you buy it? And if so, what would they need to do? Except they
You
don't.
lost me at Sega.
The Sega Genesis X reborn.
How about they make a good Sonic game? We'll start there and then we'll move from there.
The only reason I mentioned is obviously they've made so many, but it's even now they still have so much potential.
No, they don't.
They have so much under their belt. Come on.
What the dude? They died in like 2000. Okay, and they don't know how to come back.
Come on.
They need
Sonic
an entire
Adventure
change of
2.
leadership. Like the shareholders have to change. It's that level of commitment in order to make Sega better. You might as well just kill it and start a new company, like Kojima Studios, or something.
Either that or they really need a push from an already existing studio or company.
What do they need to do to make a good Sonic game again?
They need to not make a Sonic game. That's number one. That's very important. They need to forget that it's Sonic and start from scratch, and then make it fun. Make the theme Speed instead of Sonic, because otherwise you won't get anywhere. Because the second you make it and you call it Sonic, suddenly all the furries come out. So that's not what I remember.
It's like Spyro all over again.
It's crazy because
Spyro's good.
Sonic Forces had the character creator, and literally the first night that Sonic Forces came out, someone already uploaded a video of them making Sonichu and the character creator.
No.
Of course they do. Of course.
Maybe the most filth I put in my ears was the Sonic 2 videos when I watched. No, that was a disaster.
Sometimes I just take a break and then just watch Chris Chan videos for an extended period of time because it's not even funny. It's just fascinating. It's a character study.
No, it's not.
Character study.
No. I refuse to accept that.
It's the character study.
Yeah. Dude, I love the old school Reddit sites where you can make your furry creature profile and then get paired with others, and you put the entire backstory of your kind, I guess.
I bet you can find Abby there.
Possibly.
I miss Club Penguin.
There is a challenge I found on someone made a Facebook post, and it was type your first name in Google and then type the hedgehog and see what comes up.
Should I do that right now?
I
He is
tried it once
typing.
before.
He is typing.
All right, Trillian, you
My
first.
name is very
I'm gonna screen share too.
You're Trillian the hedgehog.
I'll screen share.
Do I Google image it? Or?
Yeah. Google
Oh my
it.
god. No. Where's the first one? Check me out. This is my persona, people. Check me out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll look mine up right now.
Oh, that's scary. Look at me. I'm all fancy dressed.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Oh god.
Disgusting.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I'm an echidna. I'll leave the echidna, who is purple and has sky blue socks and dark blue
Oh, no.
shoes.
oh
Ooh,
no.
create.
Yes.
No.
His power is that he can flash when he's angry.
Yeah, Flash. Flash his dick.
So I guess
We'll forget
mine
this.
has angel wings for some reason.
What the hell is this, bro?
Oh, let's show
Hassan the
Luis.
Hedgehog.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Oh, you took it away. Come back, Louis.
What?
Louis,
I didn't
yeah,
touch
this
anything.
picture.
Oh, that wasn't you?
Oh,
What's
that was
sharing
mine.
screen?
I'll show
Oh,
it
right.
mine again.
Yeah,
Unless
show it
you guys
again.
saw it already. Okay, I'll
No,
show it.
again. We barely saw it. There you go. Good evening, Hassan.
Good evening. Such Arab. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yes, very edgy with angel. Like, the mixture between light and dark. Very creative. It's like every theme that a furry comes with is just so overly generic. It's kind of terrifying.
Oh my god, I just noticed this, the ear piercings.
They went all out.
Oh, disgusting. Utterly. What are we doing to each other?
It's
Just
art.
shaved belly for no reason. Like with like a ginormous upper belly button.
Yeah, why is it on his chest? Or is that a mark to emphasize like the chest muscle?
I don't think I want to ask any more questions. I think I just want to
No,
leave.
it's best not to think about it. That's the furry line.
We must dissect this. This is 21st century
It's
art,
your
my
turn
friend.
now. We have
Alright.
to see
Okay,
yours.
Louis, we have to see yours.
How do I?
Yours is
Alright.
English, so it's going to be interesting. I think.
God.
Is it sharing?
Darkrai has to do his too with his first name.
Wait, is it sharing?
No. Oh.
Say hi.
The fuck
Hello,
are
hello.
y'all talking about?
We're talking about furries.
You Google your first name, then Sonic or the Hedgehog.
Oh, the hedgehog, and see what comes up.
Oh, you what bitches are a bunch of furries to me.
I suppose.
Oh my god.
Come on, Louis, show us. Share the screen. Come on.
Oh, I thought I was already sharing.
Who's that one down there?
That one is Hassan. He's in the dark, so we can't exactly see him.
What, Hassan?
Yes, he's from America.
Hello.
Though.
Is he American though?
Are you American, Hassan?
Yeah.
No, that's a lie.
No, I'm in America.
Do you see this?
Oh, Louis, you're
damn.
cute.
I can't
You're
see
cute,
it.
Louis.
I can't see it. It didn't load on my screen. Oh my god.
Give it a minute.
Oh my god.
Wait, what is this? Wait, what is that?
Louis,
Stop it. Just close the screen share.
Louis, I think you're misgendered.
Yeah.
What was that? Bro, I had like 3. Okay, I had more female ones than male renditions. That worries
Yep.
me a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess it's a very feminine name. We now know more about all of us than we should.
Mm.
I am an emo
The
angel.
goat is
hedgehog.
intrigued.
I don't know. What was the first one? It
ter-
was like a punk. They're all girls, dude. What is this?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
Are you
like
a girl?
Julian said,
Louis,
like Julian
now you
said,
have
it's
to
best
join the
not to
Feminazi
question.
March. You're now a female officially. Congratulations. You've got your privilege check right
Yes. Yes. Now I can accuse men of stuff they didn't do and get money for it.
there.
I
Now
have
all
the
you need is to get a
power.
lisp for legitimacy and you'll be good.
Now I can just cry when something doesn't go my way and people will give me money.
Yep. Beautiful.
It's
Beautiful.
the ultimate gender card.
And that's why no, I can't say it. I can't praise the furries. Even as a joke, I can't.
What about the other kin?
Go kill yourself, Louis.
Hey, you can't. Where?
Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Whatever I said does not represent my people. Please don't demonetize us and ban us from the platform. Subscribe to Dark Q8,
Okay. Forgive you.
where everybody's protected.
Safe
Is he
haven.
gonna open up a Patreon?
I forgive you this time, guys. Oh, look, my food is ready.
On that note,
I can do
guys,
this.
You know, Ninja actually did a parody of them. I can pull it up on YouTube quick.
You know,
too.
Ninja actually is a girl, so
yeah, that makes sense.
Look at his hair. Look at the way she dresses.
He's like asking for it. She's
Yeah.
asking to get banned.
Yes.
she's
On that note, though, guys, we have to wrap up.
It is the 2 hour.
Yes, it does. It says so, right? 3, 2,
2,
1. There
1.
we go. 2
Cool.
hours. We did congratulations.
It's
So
caught now.
thank you guys for coming.
Wait,
Give
hold
a
on.
shout out so we can get out of here.
Hold on, before we go, I must ask:
Yes,
Frozen or Knives Out?
What's Knives Out?
I have no idea.
Okay, then I guess
Neither.
we're watching Frozen tonight. Then
Ugh. I'm sorry for you.
that's not all bad. I get to sing along, right?
Mm. Just be careful not to go a bit behind because that's where the pervs are. Go a bit to the front.
We're going all the way to the back.
Oh dear. Come shots.
We want a full.
He's preying on you.
What did you just say?
All over.
This is a kid friendly stream. We don't say fuck 20 times. What are the qualifications? I don't even remember, man.
I have no. There is no qualifications. It's if they feel like it. That's what they'll do to you.
Fair enough. Let's try to get Happy Tree Friends in the kids version, in the kids edition, the kids tab.
Okay, guys. We have to wrap up. We have breakfast to make. Shout outs.
John Harlem.
Arab. Do you have any shout outs? Shout out to Black Friday.
Shout out to Black Friday. I survived.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming. See you guys same time, same place. Bye.
Subscribe to Dark Cry Q8.
Bye bye.
Toodles.